Hey guys, this is Jadirah. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is about our blogging series. Now, Fatma Sajwani and I decided that we would do a collab and bring a blogging series out for you guys so that we can tell you how to blog and stuff like that, blog related tips and tricks basically, because we have been blogging for quite some time and we get questions quite often, so we decided it's best if we make videos about this. So today we will be covering photography, blog photography, and I'm going to be telling you about how to take your photos, what props to use, backgrounds and stuff like that, all the cool ideas so that you can let your own creativity flow. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So first and foremost, the most important thing for your blog photography is obviously the equipment, and the main thing that you need is basically just a camera. So you can use a DSLR, a point and shoot camera, or even your smartphones. The smartphones these days are great. Now if you plan on buying a DSLR, just make sure that you read up about it and you have sufficient knowledge to use it well. But if you are investing in a DSLR and you want to make the most out of it, it's best that you use your DSLR on manual mode. Now I would not go too much in detail of how to use a DSLR. If you guys want me to make a separate video for it, I will. So the main things that you have to take care of are ISO, aperture and shutter speed, and you just have to vary them a little bit and see whichever works. Now ISO is the main thing that you have to focus on. So if you increase the ISO, then your pictures will be brighter. If you decrease it, they will be darker. It really depends on the type of lighting you're using. However, if you bump up the ISO to like a really high value, then your photos will tend to look grainy and distorted. So it's best not to, increase it too much, and just look for better lighting. Moving on. Now, point and shoot cameras are great. I used a point and shoot camera for the longest of time for my blog photos, and you know what, I made it work. Like, in fact, I used it for 4 years straight, and I have seen a difference in my photography with just that one camera. Now I actually moved from point and shoot to phones, and the smartphones these days are great. They have amazing cameras, they are really nice, they're really convenient and portable as well. So I prefer to shoot with my phone nowadays, but I totally use my DSLR as well. It really depends on the type of photos I want and stuff like that, but you definitely can take great photos with your phones. I know so many great bloggers who do that, so there's nothing to worry about. If you have a decent smartphone, you are good to go and you can take amazing photos. It really depends on lighting. Now for lighting, you can use natural lighting, sunlight, or you can use artificial lighting, which is like you can get soft boxes and stuff like that. I personally prefer to use natural lighting, so I just look for a good time to shoot. So I usually take most of my photos during daytime. Okay, now that lighting is done, one more equipment that I would actually suggest you to get is a tripod. Tripod is a serious lifesaver. It is great because it will just make your images to be, like more stable, less blurry. It controls blur actually. So I love shooting with a tripod. It's also really nice if you have to take those weird angle shots. It's great to use a DSLR, and even if you are using a phone, you can totally use a tripod. There are smaller tripods for phones, and if you have a full-size tripod like I do, which is the Sony one, I got a selfie stick attachment head. Before we move on, there's one more thing that I would like to mention, and those are reflectors. Now you can buy reflectors at any shop that sells camera. Like, you can find them in Sadr if you are in Karachi, but if you don't want to buy that, or you already have a car windshield reflector, you can also use that. Other than that, you can use any white board. Foam boards are great. So the reason I'm suggesting you guys to get yourself a reflector is because reflectors are good for balancing the overall light in your images, and especially if you are shooting with white backgrounds, the reflector would make sure that you do not get those weird shadows and blue areas and gray areas in your image. So this brings us on to our next topic, which is of course background. So you can use a plain white background for this. You can use chart papers, cardboards, foam boards. If you want a little bit of a texture or a pattern going on, you can use marble printed wallpapers, which a lot of people do, or anything like wallpapers, wrapping papers, computer sheets. So many options are out there. I personally shoot on this gray marble thing, which is basically my staircase. Seriously, I shoot these blog photos on my staircase as of now. Like, I didn't previously, but now I do. and that's because I get really good lighting around that area, natural light from the sun. So I just shoot on my staircase. It's like not direct sunlight, so you know my photos are not overexposed, but it's like good enough lighting for me to shoot during the daytime, and that's why I shoot on my staircase. If you have something like that, you can, or maybe you can go out and invest in a small block of marble or something like that. You really have to find your own aesthetic. You can even buy wood. Colorful computer sheets look so good if you want your photos to be bright and really pretty. And now this brings us on to our next topic, which is layout. So for layouts, you can either take flat lays, which are basically like you keep all your products flat for the photography, or you can make them stand upright and then you shoot the photo. It really depends, whichever you like. Flat lays are very popular. You can look up for inspiration on Pinterest. In fact, I'll link my Pinterest board down below so you can check it out if you are looking for flat lay inspiration. I've put it together for you guys, so be sure to check that out, and I will link as many things as I can find online in the description box, so please check that out. As always, I mention all the details there, always. Okay, now even if you're doing flat lays, what you can do is that you can take really zoomed in flat lays, or you can do zoomed out flat lays. Most people love zoomed out flat lays. I personally think my own photography style is such that I take better zoomed in flat lays. And then again, you can take lifestyle flat lays, which is like things are going out of your frame, or you can take really neat flat lays where everything is like nicely arranged. Again, it really depends on whatever you like. I really enjoy putting together props for my photographs. My favorite props, or you can even say I use them as backgrounds quite often, are magazines. Those glitter streamers kind of thing, you can use that, metallic streamers, you can use them. You can use dishes. I love using dishes, add a really nice touch. And you can find such dishes and small cups and stuff like that at thrift shops, like the weekly bazaars that are held, quite popular in Karachi. You can shop for these things there if you don't want to, you know, splurge and buy really expensive utensils and dishes. You can totally use fairy lights. Fairy lights add such a Tumblr-esque look. They are so cute. I love using fairy lights, and you can shop them, I think, again in this other area, but if not, I'll link a page down below where I got mine from. I got it on Facebook through Ecstatics. They were really affordable, like they cost me around 200 or something. So yeah, definitely add fairy lights. You need fairy lights. Everybody needs fairy lights, man. You can also use flowers and plants. Now I don't have access to, you know, like living flowers, living things, and it kind of breaks my heart to pluck a flower. I don't know if that's just me. Anyways, so the best thing to do is invest in artificial plants. So yeah, those are pretty much all the props. I think I've discussed everything with you. If you have any more suggestions, any other thing, you can let me know in the comment sections below, and I might do a sequel to this one, or I might do something else, whatever you guys suggest, man. So leave me a comment. Oh, and now that you've taken your blog photographs, you want to make sure that you make good use out of them. You want your Google ranking to go up, and you want everything to work out in your favor. If you want to know how to make all of this hard work to pay off, head over to Fatma's channel and watch her video, as she will be telling you guys how to make SEO, search engine optimization, work for your images. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.